Hey, Fidelity. What's it cost to invest with the Fidelity app?
Start with as little as $1 with no account fees or trade commissions on U.S. stocks and ETFs.
That's music to my ears.
I can only talk.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Zero account fees apply to retail brokerage accounts only. $0 commission does not apply to customers designated by Fidelity as a professional equity trader. A limited number of ETFs are subject to a service fee of $100. See details at fidelity.com/commissions. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Enjoy complimentary access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection and apply to find out your welcome offer, which could be as high as 300,000 membership rewards points. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Welcome offers vary, and you may not be eligible for an offer. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on content creation because, overall, though, for those that are getting into content creating, I feel like every once in a while I have to do an episode like this to kind of get people a little bit more informed with content creating, let them know like this is the positives and the negatives of content creating, because there are quite a few different positives. Like I will say that throughout the 16 years of me being a content creator, I have faced a lot of different I've had a lot of different positive moments, but then I've faced my negatives. I didn't have my negative moments, and I will be going over both. I feel like that it's needed to let people know, like, hey, there are going to be some dark days when it comes to your content creating career. I guess for somebody that wants to turn it into a career, there are going to be some dark days. There are going to be some days where the content might not get as many views as you want it to get. You might go through some drama. Whether it's like people that's just randomly on the internet, or if it's like if you're wanting to do content creating stuff with people that you're cool with. I've seen so many different things happen throughout my career of being a content creator from myself and others. And it's a tough job. I think it's one of those jobs where because I think that's what it is. A lot of people like to put, content creating in that conversation of it being a hard job. I feel like mentally it's a hard job, but physically, depending on what form of content that you do, it can be, a physical job. I've had my moments where I guess more so going out and trying to get things for content creating. It's like I done had to go out in crazy weather conditions, whether it's been, mad hot outside or ice. I'll never, I have to say, I can't really remember too many times where it's been hot outside, because I for the most part, I think the most that I've ever been outside, it's maybe 80, close to 90 degrees and stuff. So I guess that's difficult, some would say, but if not, then outside for a long period of time, whether it's searching for some stuff, whether it's sneakers or some equipment and things. But I have to say, the one day that I can't remember where I went out in some crazy weather conditions where it was it got really cold outside and ice was kind of all over the place, and I had to go and get me a processor. It was for my last computer. And that was the thing. I didn't know that you need thermal paste for your processor. So I guess for somebody that does work on computers, it's oh man, it's that is a key thing. I didn't know that. I've never had fooled around with that part of a gaming PC before. So yeah, I went out, I got the processor. And then when I was watching the tutorial on how to put the processor in, that's when I was hit with the harsh reality that, thermal paste is a needed thing, for your processor. And man, I'm telling you, it's content creating, I have to say, for me, some days is stressful. You a lot of the times are trying to, I guess for me, just talking on my own situation. A lot of times, like, I get stuck, recording content or trying to figure out what content I need to record, so yeah, it's like there's days where I'm just kind of sitting there just staring at my computer and I'm like, okay, well, what could I record? And it's crazy because it's like I have a lot of different, like, from ideas written down on my phone, I have ideas written down in a journal, I have ideas on my computer, and it's like, it's crazy how I have an unlimited supply of content, but I don't know what content I want to record next. And it's weird. Like, I feel like it's definitely a content creation block. Like, I'll have my moments where I'm like, I don't know what to do, or even if I'm streaming a game and I'm like, I don't know what game I want to stream. I'm like, I didn't stream this game like 15,000 different times. I'm like, man, I don't know what I want to do anymore at this point, so yeah, I didn't have my moments where I'm like, stressing out on what to do next when it comes to content creation. And then, with my line of content that I do, not so much with the reaction videos, but with the, YouTube shorts, like the voiceovers and all of that, there's at times where even with I guess because with reaction videos, I don't know, it's been a while since I've had somebody issue out a copyright strike. Because for the most part, I do give credit. I, let people know, like, hey, this ain't my video. So, but, no, with voiceover videos, and I think it's just more so with companies like, Storyful, where they just go out and get pretty much, they don't even buy the video, they just go and just have somebody sign a contract to get the video. But it's like now in a position where I'm like, okay, well, what kind of content can I do next? And that's the thing, like, I would say I don't struggle, I guess, like, I don't know, like, I struggle with, like, trying to figure out what content to record, and then there's at times where I'm, like, doing multiple takes. But I guess, like, when it comes down to actually, like, okay, I can get this video idea down, like that, I don't struggle about. And I just even feel like right now, it's like, I'm trying to, like, I want this to be a raw and authentic podcast episode, because I can even feel myself right now struggling. And that's why I'm like, man, I hate that so much. Like, if I could just talk on that real quick, because, like, I was going to say something, and then I had lost my train of thought. And yeah, that's a thing, like, you'll be halfway in the middle of recording something, and then for me, sometimes I'll be having to do takes. And I'm like, I'm out here trying to, like, hype myself up and be like, okay, like, you can get through this, you got this, you can do this and things. But yeah, I'm like, I'll struggle at times, and it sucks. It really does. Like, I know people be thinking like, oh, content creating, mentally, it's a tolling job. Like, I know it might not be no firefighting job or no police officer job, or you might not be, like, just something that's, like, extremely active, but it's definitely one of those jobs where it's like mentally it can take a lot out of you. And so that's why I feel like that people need to know that when getting into content creation, that you have to mentally be prepared for it. I wasn't mentally prepared for content creation. I still look at how I was like years ago when I very first got into it. Like, I'm looking at it as like, this is this is the dream job. This is the fun job. This is the job that I want to do. And I didn't know that for the longest. Like, it was funny when getting into content creation back when I was in high school, I didn't know that I wanted this to be a full-time job. Like, it wasn't an idea that crossed my mind at the time. And so it wasn't until I had graduated, and then I had the options of enlisting in the military and possibly getting shot at, or playing a video game where I enlist in the military and getting shot at. And so, yeah, I was like, I weighed the scales, and I'm like, I think it's best if I if I just, I stay in an area where I feel safe and things. And so, yeah, I had it was after I graduated from high school, I guess, like, giving you guys a little bit of a backstory and stuff. I graduated.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
Visible puts the ultimate wireless hack in the palm of your hand. With unlimited 5G wireless data and hotspot designed to keep you connected, powered by Verizon's 5G network. And no contract holding you back. Plans start at $25 a month, or get the premium Visible Plus Pro plan and save $10 on your first month when you use promo code HACK. Make the switch at Visible.com. Terms apply. See visible.com for details.
Originally, I was going to either enlist in the Air Force or the Navy. I backed out of that because I remember I went to one of those recruitment centers and I said I was like, I didn't want to like really do something that involved me, I guess, getting like into combat and stuff. You know, I just kind of wanted like something simple and things. And that's what the guy said. He was all like, you know, you could go into combat at any given point in time. And I'm like, well, that's all that I needed to know. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I get it. I understand, you know, what I'm getting myself into, but that's not for me, you know? So yeah, it was definitely one of those things where, you know, like I was like, yeah, can't do it and stuff. So, but then, no, it was funny because I would casually record videos. Like I wasn't, like, I guess heavily involved in it like I am now, where I'm recording and posting stuff every day. Like back then, I record something like maybe 1 month, few months done pass down the road and recorded something next month, few more months done pass, and it's, you know, and that's how I was. I might like, you know, record a lot of content, then just kind of post it in bulk. But yeah, for the most part, I was like, no, I'm chilling, you know, like I really don't need to post a whole lot of content and stuff. So yeah, I was like, but I was like kind of had like the foundation laid out on what I wanted to post, from kind of like how I'm doing right now with this podcast, where I'm just sitting down talking about stuff, and then music. And then, what else? Gaming videos. So yeah, I was like, I was kind of, you know, laying out the foundation of what I wanted to do. And then it wasn't until 2015. That's when I think I discovered reaction videos in 2014. Like, I think it was late 2014. And then it was either late 2014 or early 2015. And then, but no, it was April of 2015. I created my gaming channel. And then shortly after that, I was able to get the monetization re-enabled on my main channel, because I don't know what I uploaded. I uploaded something at the time how YouTube rules were set up, whereas that if you uploaded something and it went against their guidelines, they will disable your monetization. So yeah, it was pretty messed up, because I had uploaded a video where I was talking on Mustangs and Camaros, and it got a lot of views. And I think that would have been something I probably would have went down in that direction on my main channel, is talking about cars. I do have a car channel, actually. It's called TMossBoss Motorsports, where yeah, I'm gonna try to add like more content to that channel, because no, it was crazy. A few years ago, I went to a car show and I didn't post nothing about it on that channel. So yeah, I definitely need to figure out some things for that channel. I need to figure out things for all my channels. For those that don't know, besides, because if whether you're viewing this on my podcast or on my main channel, I have 49 other different YouTube channels. And so, yeah, I'm like, when this does get posted on my podcast channel, then yeah, you know, that's going to probably be some time down the road, because I'm on the 240th season. And I think on my podcast channel, I'm on the 126th season. Because I don't know what it is. It's like I was trying to download episodes, and for some reason it was just being weird. So yeah, I'm like, I don't know, bruh. I'm like, it's acting weird. But anyways, but yeah, overall though, I created my gaming channel, and then I re-enabled the monetization, or YouTube re-enabled the monetization on my main channel. And so then that's when I started doing reaction videos. I got a crazy shout out from this YouTuber named Ask a Gangsta, and I would have to say that he put me on the map of like, you know, pretty much my channel gaining subscribers. And yeah, I mean, I've had my moments, you know, where I've lost subscribers. I'm going through it right now where I'm losing subscribers and stuff. And I just think that, you know, when you're passionate about content creating, stuff like that doesn't matter, you know, like, and that's why I'm like, you know, I feel like if to most people, they see that, they get to panicking and start going all crazy, and then they be doing a bunch of different things on trying to get their subs back. I know I'm going to lose subscribers. That's something that I have been thinking on since I had to say I started taking content creating seriously, is that I knew I was going to lose subscribers. I think every YouTuber knows that they are going to lose their momentum as a content creator. And that's something not to be afraid of. I think a lot of people, they see things like that and they're like, oh man, you know, like I don't know what to do now and stuff. And it's like, no, just keep going. You know, like I think a lot of times, like I think it's a test to see if you are going to still keep going. And so, yeah, that's all I'm like with me. Because at my main channel, I had to say at one point in time, I was thinking along the lines that I was going to, because this was how YouTube was back then. So if you hadn't uploaded on your channel for a long period of time, that YouTube would take down the channel. So that's why I was letting my main channel go through. I wasn't really uploading a whole lot of stuff on my main channel. I was mainly uploading things on my gaming channel. And so, yeah, then eventually I did start getting into reaction videos. I'm like, okay, I'll have my gaming channel where it's, you know, I'm doing stuff on here. and then just playing games. And then on my main channel, then I'll just have it set up where I'm just doing the reaction videos and things. But yeah, then then I was like I think because I was at 29, I remember I was at like 3,000 and something subscribers from that Mustang video. Then there was some WWE videos, and then I remember I was going through a phase on YouTube where I was doing like these music, but it's backwards because it kind of had like a weird sound to it. So yeah, I was like following with some trends and stuff back then. And then yeah, I got my channel all the way up to like 3,000 subscribers. And then eventually, yeah, I just wasn't really uploading on that channel no more. So I started losing the subscribers. I think I got to like 29 or 2,800. And then, eventually I just went ahead and was all like, okay, let me start doing these reaction videos. And then I got in good with Ask a Gangsta, shouted me out. And then that just, yeah, like I said, it skyrocketed my channel. Been growing ever since, had my moments where it kind of like, goes down a little bit. Then, with the voiceovers, I have to say like, that's one thing about content creating is that as long as it might take for you to reach that successful moment, and I'm saying like, you're going to have a lot of different successful moments with whatever content you decide to do. It's going to take time, though. That's one thing I feel like a lot of people need to understand is that, you got to be patient. You have to, overall, like, just keep going because, yeah, you are going to reach those moments where content creation does test you. And, you just gotta, pass that test. I'm like, it's just like school, for an example, where it's like, okay, you went through all the lessons. Now it's time for the test. And so it's like, you go through the lessons, go do the test. And then I feel like that, yeah, at some point in time, you're going to pass, and then you put that in content creating terms, you gonna finally upload that video or do that stream or whatever it is, podcast episode, where it really skyrockets you, because there's so many different content creators that I've seen grow over the years, and I could think of people in the reaction community, in the podcasting community, in the streaming community, TikTok, where it's like you look at them one day, because it was a friend of mine's named Haley. And, she, I can't remember. She wasn't really all that, big and stuff on, TikTok. But yeah, it's like she got I think she has almost 200,000, followers, I think. Hold on she be streaming and stuff on, Twitch. And she also, does music too. Hold on for a second. Let me see real quick how many followers she has. I lied. I thought she was close to 200,000. Dang, what is it? Is it Instagram? It might be Instagram. If it ain't Instagram, then I don't know where I came up with that number. Hold on for a second. Let me look it up real quick. Give me a second. Nope, not on this. I don't know where that number came from, but she's at 122,000 followers on TikTok. And no, man, it was like following her. I remember it was just just random content that you would see on TikTok, but yeah, she was consistent with it though. And no, and that was like she's like, and that's, I had to say, it's funny how kind of mentioning her and things, because I had to say one thing that really keeps you going with content creating is having a supportive group, surrounding you and stuff. And she was somebody I remember when me and her, we became cool with each other on TikTok, that I think I was saying that I was close to a certain amount of likes on there. And yeah, she went through and was just liking all my stuff, just helping me boost my likes up and things. And so yeah, it's funny how just mentioning her and then thinking about that and stuff, and then yeah, mentioning good support people and stuff. Yeah, I was like, she's somebody where I'm like, nah, she good people, she cool, So, but then with Twitch, I'm trying to think of a Twitch streamer. Or if I could just mention myself real quick, I'm I had 70 something followers on Twitch at one point, and now I got 800. I think pushing pushing into that 900 range. Hold on for a second, because it was it's 862. So I'm getting there. It takes, like I said, it takes some time. You just gotta be patient and things. And then, same with YouTube, podcasting. At one point in time, it wasn't, even with my TikTok and things, I feel like that's one thing where it's I'm living proof of, if you keep going, at some point in time, you are going to accomplish something. And then it's, just talking on haters and stuff, because I know people will probably be all what's your advice on that? They can't stop you. They can't slow you down. They can't. If anything, I think maybe, it's safe to say that they can, distract you, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't get distracted, if you're a person that can, just like easily lock in and stay focused, a hater don't matter, like that's one thing, as much as they like to make it seem like, because I don't know how many times like haters have tried to push out that narrative that they help my channel grow, and I'm like, how? When none of the videos that I've done on you guys, they don't get a lot of views. Nobody knows who I am through you guys. Like, I mean, yeah, besides like the haters and stuff. But other than that, it's like, there's nobody being like, oh yeah, I know of TMossBoss through the hate and things, unless they already a hater and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, bro, it's one of those things, where a hater, they'll try to like have some sort of input or say so in your career. A hater don't matter. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Throughout the years of me I've been dealing with haters ever since I decided to treat content creating into a full-time job, and that was all the way back in 2015. So yeah, I'm like, I had haters on my gaming channel from them talking about like, oh, you playing the game wrong, you doing this, you doing that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you somehow, some way found my channel through the millions of videos that's being uploaded onto YouTube. See, that's how I know you a hater, because so for an example, I was getting hate comments underneath my Grand Theft Auto San Andreas videos. I think whoever that person was, because I think I talked about that guy a while back, and when I went to check, the comments were gone. Maybe I don't know, maybe I gotta do a double check. But anyways, I remember this guy, he was just hating on my Grand Theft Auto videos, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this was at a time where I didn't have, because I think I have like 4,000 subscribers on my gaming channel. Hold on for a second. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Opening up YouTube Studios and then switching over to my gaming channel. 4,000. Okay, so yeah, I have a little over 4,000 subscribers. So this was at a time, I think, when I had like maybe like 20 or 30 subscribers. Like my channel was not big. I was like, I think and I mean, it's still like that. Like, my gaming channel doesn't really get that much traction and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, he was just randomly hating on the videos, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's millions of videos being uploaded onto YouTube. You find yourself on my channel every day hating on my videos, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not saying like, what am I doing wrong to give you, or so you could give me an answer like, oh, you're doing this, and this wrong. What am I doing wrong to where it's like, you need to even be here in the first place? Like, because whatever it is that I need to do right to get you off of my channel, then okay. And it's funny because things like that will make a hater mad. Like, they want to find some sort of reason to be on your channel, and I'm like, no, there's not a reason for you to be here. Like, if we could get realistic real quick, it's like, I'm doing a video of me playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. How does that ruin your day-to-day life? How is that messing up your day? Because I'm saying, like, I just figured out, because I don't know, maybe it was the style of me doing it, and I'm like, I just figured out how to record videos off of my computer. So, I mean, if you're wanting some James Cameron production, I'm like, okay, then you go to the movie theaters when he's coming out with another Avatar movie. But until then, when you look up the name TMossBoss on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, a podcast streaming service, or anywhere else, you're going to get TMossBoss style content. So yeah, that's why I'm like, a lot of the times, a hater, they'll try to like make it seem like what they say is valid, but I'm like, fam, who cares? Like, honestly, sit down and think about it. Like, yeah, screaming out to the world. And and that's one thing a hater would never do. They'll never go out in public and talk about their hate. They only want to, like, I guess talk about it, amongst people that they feel, I guess cool with to talk about it. But other than that, it's like, yeah, let's say if they got it planned that they gonna talk about me over the weekend, they at they 9 to 5, and somebody asked them, now like, oh, what you have planned for the weekend? You think they gonna tell that individual, oh, I'm working on a hate video against this guy named TMossBoss? They're going to get laughed at. I guarantee and I promise you, it's going to be school all over again for them, because they tried this type of stuff when they were in school. They tried to, let people know who they were, and they got laughed at. And that was that, and that's just a sad reality of a hater. It's like they're people that you laugh at. You can't take a hater seriously, unless they're crazy or something. But other than that, if they ain't, I feel like a lot of the time haters, they like to, have like that fake crazy and things. And it's like, yeah, you're going to meet your match one day. And I guarantee guarantee and I promise you it's not going to be good for you. So, but anyways, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, haters, they gonna hate. You know, that's been an ongoing saying for some time now. Can't really do nothing about it besides be like, all right, well, I guess if you guys feel that way, then you know you feel that way. But
starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. When neighbors connect through the Feeding America network, small actions ripple into lasting impact. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Give now to end hunger at feedingamerica.org.
anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll probably end up doing, I feel like there's still more to cover and discuss. But I mean, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. Whether you watching this on YouTube or podcast streaming service. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.